I like that they just come out and say it. Some events take several days to resolve. Others will not wait for you. There's no way to know which is which. Alright, just so we're being clear then. Cool. Because yeah, there's an ambiguity to the quest log now. Which is both... it's useful. It doesn't really have negatives. It's just the negative feelings are the anxieties you have in the game that are intentional mostly. Just the ambiguity of like, can I put this off? The same thing, it's the feeling we had about the gun. Like, can I just like not buy the gun for another day? Will it be okay? Whoa. Oh, I'm looking at a wall, that's why. I'm like, is the entire town not loading? Alright, so we're back. It's the beginning of day 3. Everything's a mess. Let's see. There's some hints at things, but by and large, I think it was kind of just time for the day to pass over. Because yeah, I came by and tried to visit the Crucible. There's the dead item shop, which is now labeled. That's handy. And there's the children's stash somewhere here. A children's stash is here somewhere, and more players of the game spend their time nearby. I should keep my eyes peeled. So I'll probably check out the 2 locations for the children's stashes that are both up in here while I wait for the next day. The question is, do I want to sleep? Yeah. I have been kind of torturing myself here. This poor character. God, I have that many lockpicks in my inventory at once. There's good, bad news. Lara's right there. So if I check out this one, then well, I'd have to loop all the way back around again, but I could at least sleep here after I check it out. But as time passes, the other one might be gone too. I don't know. It's hard to say. And my stash is all the way back across the other side of the map. So I don't get to deal with the fact that my inventory is pretty full. Boy, would I like to deal with that. I think I have my thread and my needle, right? I think my needles are back at the base. So I just need to find the piece of cloth that's all folded up. And if I can find that, then I can buy my inventory upgrade, which is so crucial. Like, that's higher priority than many quests, if I could just find that. I believe I just checked this clothing store on the way in, though, last time, but there's one by Lara, so I think that'll be what I do now. Let's do this by going up here, check out the children's stash, and then go to Lara's house afterwards. Hey, buddy. I believe I have nothing that'll help with exhaustion anymore, so now I'm just gonna wait for the health to diminish. There was somebody that was like, you know you could have rested at your base, right? I'm like, yes. I thought that was clear. Yes, I know I can sleep in beds. I feel like I made it pretty clear that I'm neglecting sleep on purpose, not being like, whoa, how do I find a bed? I'm like, I'm trying to get away with not sleeping. I thought I heard a sound in here. Who's the creepy children? Yeah, my health is diminishing over time, though. We need to finish this. I need to get to sleep soon. Hey, creepy kids. Tatochka. So that's what he looks like. Behold, folks. So here's what you want to know. Don't let yourself think we let you in on the game just because you're pretty. No one's happy that we had to get to do it. Got it? No one knows you yet. And if you spill the beans to any grown-up, you'll mess it all up. Got it? Have you found anything? Go to the gut. You'll find a cache there in the boulders, next to a threshing machine. Just be sneaky, alright? Don't let anyone see you. Got it? Will you calm down, you distrustful chipmunk? It's a really strange insult. Did it just update? Or, nope. That stash. Which is different from that stash. There's a few threads going on at once now. Okay. I'm still gonna follow through with what I was already doing. And hey, this is my chance to check out an area I haven't been... Scissors. Takes up 2 slots. I thought I'd... No, I guess I don't have scissors yet. Empty bottle. Empty bottles are a little low priority for me. It is very dark. I could have filled the bottle right there. It's fine. I'm always gonna regret everything I do. Music. If you're thinking, boy, I can barely see. Me too. Me too. Bloody bandage. I could take that to this broken shop, but... yeah. Grindstones are required for a few things. I might take that over some of these pointy bits I have. Ideally, I'll increase my inventory count slots at some point. And then I'll be able to carry more varieties of things, which is really useful because every variety of thing you can carry can then continually stack for a while. Not infinitely, clearly, because the water bottles already cap out. There it is. Thank God for the glittery effect and the flies noise. This is all unknown territory to me. There's so much town north of the Canes that it wasn't really here before much. Hey, man, I am suffering the consequences. Where is it? So we're looking for a northern stash. And I think the sun's coming up slowly, or we're just entering into a more open area where more light comes in. Starting to see things a little better. Really just having a lot of open sky seems to help. So this is the weird shape we can see on the map. It's this thing. Nina's tomb. Oh, that's what it is. Nina Kaina, the Wild, has not found her resting place here. Even in death, she remains passionate and restless. Is she a ghost? Can I talk to her? There's more. Yes. Thank goodness for the nighttime glittery thing. What? Is that a statue of her? It'd be creepy if it was supposed to be, like, back there. And it, like, just kind of found its way here. That's a neat visual. But the stash is northernmost. Even still. Let's review the context a little bit. Oops. Not what I was going for. Oh, this is a lot. That's the household. That's where I can feed the ground blood. That's where I got my reputation boost. It's my father. Mixtures. The burial. This is the children. Just trying to see if there's additional context I can get for the stash that I can remember. The main thing, I remember hearing about the tradition where you swap out... The fuck was that sound? Hey. Shotgun ammo. I'll give you more hazelnuts, and I'll take your coins and shotgun ammo. More fish hooks and chestnuts and peanuts. And this is supposed to be the stashes that you're supposed to play the game. More players of the game spend their time nearby. Well, I'm playing it correctly, where you're supposed to give and take. The hell did I hear, though, a moment ago? There's a trippy culling effect where the lights despawn and then respawn. And you can see the light, like, grow out of them. Huh. No confrontation. Oh! Here's someone. I'm in trouble. Tread lighter, will you? Or you'll wake up the mistress. Victoria would be fine. But what if you disturb Nina? I'm here about the caches. Yeah, we know. Sleepyhead told us you were in. Here's one cache. We found out things inside. Play well, will you? Don't let us down. How do you even play this game? It's a game of trust. You'll figure it out as you play. And we'll figure you out. Everyone's wondering what the old man's replacement will be like. What makes you think I'll replace him? We sometimes get together in the nutshell. It's like a place. We go there in the evening, in the morning, even at noon. All in all, we come and go as we please. If you get a lead, go to the nutshell, will you? You'll find someone there. Eh? Eh. Eh? Eh. Eh. The nutshell? That's another stash. Dear Lord, alright. Yeah, this is definitely not something I can reasonably cover at this time. And I have hit my limit as a person. And it's dark. I want to go to Aspidy's house because of what's going on there. But I straight up, like, can't. Like, I just can't. And it'll probably be too late by the time I wake up, right? No room for empties right now. Nope. Regrettably. This entire game feels like a simulation of wartime triage. God, do I just not have food anymore? These are basically not even food. I actually need to visit the grocery. I was trying to wait out the price increases a bit. I don't think I ultimately made it, necessarily. But yeah, I need to visit the grocery or I'll starve to death in my sleep. Regardless of how much sleep I get. The exhaustion won't matter anymore. Yeah, the game feels like a simulation of wartime triage to some extent, because like you're just juggling 500 things, and whatever you do, it feels like you're making the wrong call. But there's also the endurance element of how it just lasts forever. Like you're in an emergency situation that itself feels like usually that something of an intense emergency has like the one reprieve being that it's very temporary. But this game's very not temporary. You're in a constant state of being spread too thin for 2 in-game weeks almost. I'm about to die because 2 of my meters are full. I need to buy basically any food that he has here. He's basically got me. And then I'm going to try to sleep. And then that will make my hunger meter deplete even more. So I'm gonna then need to, I'll then need to buy more food, basically. Coffee's here. Walnuts. Toast. Smoked meat. And just to top it off, he don't come cheap. Probably needs to sell some of the things off just to make it not only to make space, but also just so I can afford more food. Let's see. Basically those. That's minus 800. I can afford that. And now I need to eat it. And pick this up. Forgot how tall it was. And eat that. There we go. Hunger's way down. Exhaustion still high, but at least I'm alive. And we've bartered a bit. The items feel like a similar crisis of everything being wrong and never being sure about any of your choices. Also, watch me go to this store and check out their wares and have them have the cloth I want, and then me not being able to afford it because I just did this. I don't know. I'm not going to check right now because motherfucker. You are not, like, at the door I need to go to. I'd love to assist in your little war, but I will die. Instead, I'm just gonna hang out here. There we go. Hey, you guys do you like how dark this game is? Hey, what if I made it darker by holding the sneak button? With such a chaotic series of inventory items, you really start to take solace in the more reliable currency items. So anything I can turn herbs into... What the fuck? We're just gonna not acknowledge that. I guess that's the guy. I guess that's why he was standing there, is because he killed that guy. I need to go. I'm about to die. I've gone too far. Please, no surprises in here. Save first. Always save before passing large amounts of time, in case it turns out you're in deep shit for doing so. Hi, Laura. I'm not gonna talk to you. I'm just gonna awkwardly sleep directly in front of you. Hope you don't mind. Right, all of my morphine is in the other place. Great. Yeah, all of my sleeping supplies are at my actual house. Alright. 5 hours to try that? I'm never sure how much to sleep in this game. Is that Tai Cheek?
Animals don't befriend people. People might steal the power, you see.
Burrock's Taglure. Don't be afraid. We're all on the same side for now, aren't we? I know who you are. You're the kids from Father's list. We're all grateful to you. We know protecting us isn't easy, but you still do it. You make sure we live. There are 7 of you, but there was an 8th on the list. Where is he? Here, for now. He is the Udur. Is he behind that door? We think it's your father behind the door, but maybe the 8th is transitioning already. Have you discovered who he is? We're curious too. Why? Because he's the Udur. If he lives, so do we. If he begins to die, so we'll be. Huh. So we're still maintaining the ambiguity of the Udur, which was mentioned in the previous game. It was like while we were dealing with the bound and trying to keep them alive, there was just this vague concept of the Udur that would just they would not commit to a definition of, and it was basically your calling of some sort. Although now I think that they basically hinted at it being the city itself, like the living body of the entire thing. We have like an abstract final goal. What's an Udur? And the dialogue ends because of course it does. Hey, and there's Khan. So that's Khan, that's Taya Tai Cheek. And here's all the familiar faces that we've met already. Oh, poor Grace. They actually do largely have distinct personalities just in their appearance this time around. These are some pretty distinct character designs. Neat. They're one maybe our only chance to compare them all side by side. Well, she looks like a Death Note character. Okay, no exhaustion progress? You gonna do this to me? I guess it's because they didn't give me all the sleep I asked for. Day 3, in which the alarm bell tolls. What does that mean? They interrupt... I think I've only slept for... I asked to sleep for 5 hours, then 4 hours. I think I've still only slept a total of like 2 hours. Which is a bit rough. My hunger is coming all the way back up again, because of course it has. Father is dead. I won't waste a girl's life to touch him one last time. Home is where your friends, your Taglur, are. I wonder how Lara is doing. Well, I'm right here. Apart from the 7 kids, there was an 8th on the list. Udur. And Udur, perhaps? Who or what is it? I suspect I will one day have to find out. Okay, so day 3 is still Act 2. So the acts are going to be more distinct than just being a particular day. I imagine that as the game really gets going, we're going to have expansive, like, multi-day quests, basically, that don't expect you to magically resolve them in one day. They'll be like a chunk of the campaign. And that's probably where this is going to make more sense. And it makes sense that Act 1 would be... Day 1 would be Act 1, because it's the day that you first arrive in town, and it's your introduction. Act 2 is probably your, like, pre-plague / first signs of the plague period of the story. Then Act 3 is probably the plague. And I have an idea of what Act 4 could be, for example, but I'm not going to go, like, start saying things that we don't know about already. I have no qualms about saying there will be a plague in the game called Pathologic.
one sparrow is not enough to feed 12 mouths.
Speak of the devil. You've started to like coming here, haven't you? Are you sure your boots won't wear down? Well, I missed you. Aren't you supposed to be terribly busy? I don't understand why you keep coming. Or do you need my help again? I'll wash your clothes. You're filthy like a chimney sweep. Revolting. While they dry, have some sleep. What's wrong with you, Basagan? Woke up the wrong side of the bed? I hate it when you call me that. It's so hard to remember. Is it so hard to remember? Basagan, you're step girls, not me. They're not my stepgirls, they belong to the kin. Yeah? One of yours came to me today, asked a lot of questions, said she was promised to you, said a lot of things. Did you ever promise to marry her? I promised her nothing. I don't even remember her. She just keeps tagging along, asking stupid questions. Whatever, like it's any of my business. Do whatever you want. Did you make peace with Stock? Forget Stock. I see now that I'm one step away from falling out with you. Why? I'm sorry. Forget it. It's just that sometimes you feel all too poignantly that your life is over. You're not even 30, but you're done. Not dead, but burnt through, and there's nothing ahead for you. But what does that have to do with me? Nothing. Not now, anyway. It's just... it could have gone differently. Perhaps the four of us should meet today. Even bad grief, like the old days. Grief? You've no idea what quagmire Grief has gotten himself in. And Stock? He's also done something awful. The judge is angry at him. He summoned him to the Crucible for questioning. He's still here. What does that even mean, huh? Oh, the three of you deserve each other. Ruben's been taken to the judge for questioning at the beginning of the campaign. Yeah, I have a good guess at what that's about. I really do like that Haruspex is directly incorporated into the histories of these characters in a specific way. Like he actually has like an old circle of friends that you have history with. It reminds me of specifically like Night in the Woods, where you play this character going back to her hometown and you meet up with all your old friends and you clearly have history to resolve with those people. It's just way more character driven in a way that I specifically appeals to me than the previous one. I like these changes. Though I do wonder if they're still going to have other characters be obsessed with and in love with Haruspex, because now the list of people in this game is increasing. There's a bunch of new people that are in love with him, so I don't know if they're replacing the old one, or if that's going to just be even more people, and everyone's just falling for our character left and right. The idea of having somebody that you have history with be a replacement for that, some of that story actually is more appealing, though. So maybe that's what they did. Let's gather together, huh? The four of us. I mean it. I'll arrange everything. Then again, indeed, you're right. Let's do it, the four of us. Grief included. Today. The old place, the Apple Road, right? By midnight as usual? Precisely, the Apple Road, by the basket. Where is the apple road by the basket? Yep, I missed out on the aspity thing. Is it just the... Without me, our childhood gang, Lara, Grief, and Reuben, ended up barely talking to one another. Perhaps I can gather everyone back together again. Lara doesn't mind, but what about the other two? Oh, that's just where Grief is right now. Right. Yeah, because that's the train area. I guess it'll update with telling me where the apple basket is when that's relevant. Because first I need to check with Reuben and Grief. And Reuben's currently with the judge. So right back where we started. I still need to sleep. That's gonna be one of the it's gonna tear me apart. I'm gonna lose my mind. It's just the feeling of having to prioritize my health over doing quests is gonna be a reoccurring thing in this game. I'm gonna have to just accept the fact that, like, I have to sleep and stuff like that, or we're fucked. I saw you there for a brief moment. The albino. So I'm low on morphine, so we did not get a lot of health back, unfortunately. It's sort of there, but it was only like a 50% increase. But my exhaustion's down. And my hunger's back up. As it goes.
Dogs are howling. Why?
And it's already nearly noon. Is the changeling still hanging out upstairs? Or Clara? Neat. Alright. Well, it's daytime. Hi, child giving me a quest. The boss has urgent matter to discuss with you, Master Brooke. It concerns your family home. It's always urgent with everyone. Tell him I'll drop by later today. And to this the boss told me to reply, the matter has to be resolved before sundown, otherwise you'll lose both the house and a large sum of money. Got it. I could use a large sum of money, as it turns out. None of you trade for thread, right? I don't think I've ever seen that happen. Food. Tell me I can... Yes. Yes. Thank goodness. Okay.